one of the officers from my battalion, he was giving the Veer Chakra for this operation. And then we did a lot of cordon and search operations running after.
Hello everyone, I'm Hirdyanshi Garg, a cadet of Dignitary Defence Academy from Agnibas Battalion. Today, we are honored to have Colonel Joshi Sir with us today. Let's have a brief conversation with him. So sir, we are excited to know about your inspiration to join the armed forces.
Okay, so my decision to join the armed forces actually date back to my school days. See, I did my schooling in a very old established school which was founded in 1845. The name is La Martiniere College, Lucknow. And that school is perhaps the only school in the world to have got battle honors. So the students of La Martiniere had taken part in the siege of Residency during 1857, when which also is known as the first war of Indian independence, or the mutiny as the Britishers called it. So Residency was a part in Lucknow where the Britishers, their families used to stay. So this was surrounded, and since the school was run by the British administration, so the children, they helped out in assisting the administration, and they also stood guard against the mutineers, as they were called. So we had a legacy of people from the school joining the armed forces. Then the curriculum in the school was such that it was tailor-made for, all the boarding schools then had a curriculum which was similar to the academies, the training centers. So after my schooling, I went to the Delhi University, did my graduation. I happened to clear my CDS and got through in the SSB. So since everything was falling into place and we had the legacy, and since school days we were fascinated by the war heroes, and moreover there are two Air Force officers. I wonder whether you know of them. They were Keeler brothers. They were the ones who shot down the Pakistani planes in the war, and they were, legends in our school. So that was one of the factors which has motivated me to opt for the defense services as a career.
Thank you so much sir for inspiring us. It makes me even more curious to know about your journey in the armed forces.
See, my journey started right since my commission. Actually, I got blooded in operations. My battalion was a part of the Indian peacekeeping force in Sri Lanka. And the moment I reached my battalion, we were planning for an operation. There was a LTT hideout known as the Red Bridge. So we went to that operation. I had barely spent about 4 or 5 days and we were launched. But what happened is that the LTTs, they did not fight you could say, a positional battle. They kept changing their places. So they were not fighting an entrenched battle. Rather, they were fighting a positional battle. They would change positions. So when we had laid a siege around their camp and the para commandos were supposed to, come down on the parachute and do the assault, but due to some difficulties that could not happen. So the plan changed, and the company which I was a part, that went into the search and destroy mission. And we had a commando platoon, and during that time, one of the soldier got hit in the chest from the LTT bullet. And then by then the LTT had managed to, sneak out. And then this operation became more of a casualty evacuation. And we were able to save that Havaldar of the battalion. So that was my first basically insight. And we were fired and we came under intense fire, and we were able to respond. But there weren't any casualties other than one Jawan getting a bullet injury in the chest. So that was my first goal. Then being in the infantry, I served for 3 tenures in J&K. There also the operation Rakshak, as they call it, was going on. That was anti-militancy. And during my second tenure, the Kargil operation started. So though we were on the line of control, but not in the Kargil area as such, but we were on the line of control in the Jammu side, Akhnur to be precise. So my battalion carried out 3 trans-LC operations. Like Udi is very famous now, but also we used to have skirmishes and trans-LC raid then. So my battalion, I was also a part. We were in the support role. We went across and destroyed 2 Pakistani bunkers. They lost 12 men and 4 were grievously wounded. And one of the officers from my battalion, he was given the Veer Chakra for this operation. And then we did a lot of cordon and search operations running after the militants. So being deployed in the line of control and in insurgency area, one is always, exposed to these dangers, and we have to be ready and prepared at all times. So this has basically been the operational role. Then also got the opportunity to serve in the Eastern Command. 3 tenures, and they were all in the Tibet border, now as we call it the Chinese border. And Dokalam, which is very common these days, I happen to be the company commander of Lokala with barely 5 years of service. That time it wasn't what it is now. There were no road. The Chinese have now made a road up to the Dokala, the Doklam, or Dokala is the actual name, Dokala Pass. So things have changed, and but my journey has really been very enjoyable one. And given a choice, I would again like to don the uniform.
It was a great journey, sir. How would you like to guide the ND aspirants?
See, serving your country is the best thing that one can ever do. And I am always, reminded of a quotation. The only regret that I have is I have only one life to give for my country. This quotation was told to us when we were doing our training in the military academy at Dehradun. And this has lingered on in my memory since then. And then there are some beautiful quotations like in the war memorial at Kohima, they say ki, when you go home, tell them of us, for there tomorrow we gave our today. So these are the tributes, and no better word can define. So as a young NDA aspirant, you should give your best, and you must do everything possible for nation building, because we or the country exists till the time we are there to protect the national interest.
That was truly inspiring. So how would you like to advise to today's youth?
See, my basic advice to the youth is ki firstly, I'll start with a quotation from a poem ki when you worry and you hurry to get somewhere, you miss half the fun in getting there. Life is not a race. Do take it slower. Listen to the music before it is over. So what you must do is you have to enjoy the journey, whatever you do. And there must be honesty, dedication, and selflessness. And we have to think about the nation first. That is what the army is being propagating. Because if we are concerned, only we are the ones who can lead our nation forward. And you as the youth, now you people after some times have to take over the reins from the older generation. So do your best, be honest, work hard, and let the best man win.
So what feedback would you give to our academy?
See, I have spent, now this is my second day here, and I find that within the space has been very well utilized. The management has done a good job. They have created, whatever is required, basic what is required is all available. The only thing is key, as students or cadets, you people have to utilize all these facilities, because whatever you require is available here. You have a small GTO ground, there is swimming pool, you have a gymnasium, then there is a playing area close by. So utilize these things, and you have to manage your time well. So as far as the academy is concerned, it is giving you everything. Now is your payback time by maximum people or most of you clearing the NDA.
Thank you so much, sir, for inspiring us with your motivational words. It was an honor to have a conversation with you. Thank you. Jai Hind, sir.
Chalo, for me also, it's always a pleasure when I interact with youngsters like you who are motivated, and I'm sure that the country will be in safe hands.
Thank you, sir.